You're listening to the best local sports show. Boots, Bats and Balls on Six Towns Radio.
Chills Bar, Bearsley, sponsors of Port Vale content on Six Towns Radio.
Okay, Chris, Neal. Bradford game, of course, to talk about first of all. Another game without a win, but a clean sheet. The gaffer made a few changes because it is the run-in now, so he's got to consolidate. A couple of injuries, a couple of nightmare games that they've had, so he's had to change it a little bit.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, obviously he changed the kind of the formation and the personnel a little bit on Tuesday night, and I think that helped us for the best. Obviously, coming off a couple of disappointing results the previous week, it was important for us to get back to, if not winning ways, kind of consolidating an important draw, and that's what we did. Bradford are a good outfit, and it was always going to be a tough game, but like you said, get a clean sheet and kind of stop the rot, as it were, then it was really important for us.
Yeah, they've had a few games in hand, of course, with the cup game that they had against Swansea. So, it was important for them to come and win. Played at Vale early on the season in another cup, and you've played against them at their place as well. So this is the third time you've played them. Vale are a different team again, so you didn't know what to expect. Yeah,
definitely. It was, like you said, with their cup run. That's they've obviously had a lot of games to play. With their Johnston Paint Cup run as well, they've had even more games to play. So I think if they hadn't have had them cup runs, they would have been up around the automatic positions, with the squad they've got. They obviously showed they're a good team by beating Premiership sides as well. It was a tough game. But I think we applied ourselves really well. Obviously, we creating chances as well. Just unfortunately wouldn't fall for us on the night.
Yeah, great save from you. From Hansen, tipped it onto the bar. That was probably their best chance. Hope he had a couple of chances as well, didn't he? Yeah,
if you look to the actual games, I think that was the only save I had to make, really. So they didn't create too many clear-cut chances. I think we had the most of them, obviously, with a couple of blocks and the like in the second half. So, it's just the little stage we're going through at the minute where things aren't dropping for our lads. But, if you look back on the season, things have been dropping for us, so it can't keep going on like this. There'll be stuff that will drop for us in the box in the next few games, definitely.
Yeah, and different results for the teams at the top. Southend, who are coming on Saturday, they've had a bit of a topsy-turvy time. They're just under the playoff positions. They've got a Johnston's Paint Cup final coming up. They could have an eye on that, couldn't they?
Yeah, I think that's obviously important day out for them to go to Wembley, but I think they'll still be looking at the league table and seeing that they can still make it into the play. I think they're 6 points outside the playoffs, so they're going to need to win most of their games now. But I think that might help us teams coming here to try and beat us rather than setting up to kind of draw against us. It might create a little bit more space for us to play in behind and nick some goals and get 3 points.
Yeah, the gaffer said there's a couple of injuries. Duffy and Jones are doubts for the weekend, so might give another couple of players a chance to step up to the plate. Yeah,
definitely. I think that's one thing over the season we've shown, that the depth of squad we've got is fantastic. Probably one of the best squads in the league. That's why we're up where we are. So if there are injuries or illnesses like we've had over the last few weeks, there's no doubt that we've got players that can step in and step up to the mark.
Yeah, you being a promotion-winning team yourself, Vale are sitting pretty, looking towards that. So you must have put your experience to some of the players and what you had last season.
Yeah, definitely. With myself and a few other experienced lads, we've had promotion before, so we know what it takes. So we'll be encouraging the lads, obviously, that haven't had that experience, and look forward to the end of the season, hopefully with a happy ending.
Yeah, being happy with your performances so far this season. The fans have been loving you.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think I think I've only played 100-odd league games, so it's not as if I'm a really, really experienced goalkeeper. But yeah, I like to think I've been playing pretty well this season, and long may that continue.
Thank you very much, Chris.
Not a problem.